So, with the ongoing on Very Dark Black Man, Bobrisky, EFCC, and the Nigerian Correctional Service, well, Femi Falana said he has no business or he had never had any business with his son, with Bobrisky. But that is still set for investigation. And talking about investigation, the House of Representatives decided to institute a committee to look into this matter of corruption, bribery, and all of this talk about Bobrisky did not spend time in prison. He was put in a flat and he has a godfather. You'll be learning a lot from this one because our journalist, she has dropped it like bombshell like she often does. I'm talking about Kemi Ololoyo, where she advised and also talked deeply, very deeply about Verydarkman's position and how possible Verydarkman can be poofed, meaning RIP. In fact, what she said, I mean, come on, it is something that is worth listening to, very much worth listening to. Verydarkman has to be very, very careful because he is dealing with those that will do nothing if his life is snuffed out. But we cannot say because we are afraid, we then will allow our society to run into decay. Let us listen to what she has to say, and we will be talking more.
Hearing that's going to feature Bobrisky as well as Olanipekun Olukoyede, the chairman of the EFCC. As most of you know, they have been both summoned. All three have been summoned to the National Assembly, and I believe they're going to all testify tomorrow at the House of Representatives. It's very important, people. For some of you saying you have a problem with your economy, you have other important and pressing issues, most of the people saying that, if you notice, are in the music and the entertainment industry. They're the people that are going to be exposed in this. There's a whole conglomerate of cults, sex trafficking, name it. And some of the biggest people out there in the industry are going down on this one. Now, there's a lot of components to this hearing. Now, let me tell you what this video is about. This video is about VDM and tips for tomorrow at the National Assembly. First thing first, you have to go there with your lawyer. Mr. Deji Adeyanju is your lawyer, so you need to go with him, and he's going to give you legal advice on how to answer questions and what they might possibly ask you. Now, I know you did a live video earlier today practicing on how you're going to answer the questions, blah, blah. Just go with what your lawyer says, okay? Have you ever been interrogated before in front of a panel? It's a very big thing. Because right now, Mr. Martin Vincent Otse, you are the most powerful Nigerian right now. Male or female, you are the most powerful Nigerian at this moment. All right. That second part of the audio is very serious stuff, people. I'm not going to tell you whether I've heard it or I've not. I'm not going to deny and I'm not going to confirm. But let me tell you something. Bobrisky, you better start becoming truthful, because these lies are not going to work. Your name is coming out in the limelight, of everywhere. I've heard that the British Embassy has now given you a visa ban, and only God knows what's next. The Americans, I don't know. The reason I'm talking about this is because VDM tomorrow, make sure you take 3 bottles of water with you, your own bottled water. Do not drink any bottled water or any glass of water they put in front of you. Take yours with you, all right? If you need a glass, take your glass. If you need to drink water, drink your own. Do not drink anything that's put in front of you tomorrow. This is Nigeria, and they'll poison you.
Now, a lot of people are relating this issue surrounding Very Dark Black Man, Bobrisky, and what can come out of it to that of Mobad. They are trying to kind of correlate it, they are trying to juxtapose it, they're trying to bring it together. Well, it's all about justice, isn't it? And we do not need to now separate one from the other. It's all about justice, 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 justice. That is all that we are focused upon. That is what we are talking about. Justice for one is justice for all. So, Bobrisky had sued Very Dark Black Man for 1 billion naira. And he said he's not playing. He said he's not playing. Very Dark Man, you have just 24 hours. This is what Bobrisky wrote on his timeline. He claimed that the audio that got leaked is an AI, artificial intelligence, and it has nothing to do with him. He said it was generated by some software and that we should not pay attention to Verydarkman. So he wrote through his lawyer that is informed Verydarkman that your quest to become famous using social media is not going to work. It's not going to work. And that what Verydarkman is doing is for personal gains. And that there is a trending video on various social media platforms, and that various DIGs of the Nigerian police force, lawmakers, senators, and politicians generally are in the habit of having some kind of illicit, extraordinary, unacceptable, wicked act with Bobrisky, being that Bobrisky has fixed his chest to look like that of a woman, and he's behind. Maybe he puts on some kind of pampers, just a brand. What I mean is diapers. Yes, so we don't know what and what. But according to the Nigerian Correctional, they said that Bobrisky, upon examination, appears to have certain features that men who are into such could or may or might mistake him to be that of a woman, maybe that of their girlfriend, you see? So they went on to say that you continue to make reckless and unfounded statements, including essay statement that you cannot prove against our client, not minding his mental health and his general well-being, including his right to privacy and right to freedom of thought, right to life, and other constitutional fundamental rights of our client. That one would think that after such attempts against our client, that you would exercise some level of caution or restraint. But rather, it seems Verydarkman kept on and on and on, kept on pushing and pressing without looking at Bobrisky's mental health. Can you imagine? Do you know what Bobrisky has done as per? I'm not saying he's the most wicked person, but with the manner at which he has presented himself over time, he has constituted a nuisance. He has constituted nuisance all over the place. So they had to deal with Bobrisky somehow. So that it has come to our attention of our client that you recently published an artificial intelligence generated audio core claiming that the same was between an unnamed individual and our client. For the record, our client never had any audio conversation with his fellow who you claim to represent, and that your act of defamation and blackmail should be withdrawn against our client within 24 hours of the service of this letter of demand via social media platforms. A lot of artificially intelligently. So the talk here is that audio was artificially created, which Femi Falana's son, Folarin Falana, aka Faz the bad guy, that a lot of people are alleging that he is also in the same department of Bobrisky, but acting like a good guy. You know what I mean? That's what people are alleging. Well, he said, no, there is nothing like that. I didn't call Bobrisky. Bobrisky called me. And about if Bobrisky spent time in prison, well, let us find out more. Let us find out more.
Barely 24 hours. Files give me 24 hours. Say make I apologize and make I retract them. Meanwhile, on the other hand, Bobrisky was confused. He kept on posting some things. To the point where he say he can't post saying they depressed, he won't by himself. From nowhere, Bobrisky now don't get strength. So they sue me. They tell me, say, give me 24 hours. That means, it be like say they don't they work together now. Do you understand? Now, I'm beginning to feel like the reason why nobody's addressing Bobrisky is that it be like say if they address Bobrisky go talk more where it go cause problem. Because that one mouth they leak. So they obviously try to cover something. Now, I'm beginning to believe that what I expose, they bigger than what I actually think inside they expose. Yes, that's what I think. Now, let's go back to all these things. In the voice recording, he said he gave EFCC 15 million naira to drop the charges, which it is out there. When this case starts, they put money laundry. From nowhere, EFCC remove money laundry. So that particular talk, they believable. Also, in say the Dwam, he no spend the right time when supposed to spend for prison. You understand? Also, in say in sleep for one lodge. Now, when one representative from the correctional facility come online, try to do damage control, he shoots himself for leg. How did he shoot himself for leg? He said, Mr. Okuneye Idris. If you remember again, when Bobrisky did court, the judge asked him, say, are you a man or a woman? He said, he be man. Meaning, say, as in the enter prison, they're supposed to put him for the male facility. But that man who can represent prison tried to do a damage control, shoot himself for leg by saying that when Bobrisky enter prison, because he get female features, that they're going to give him a special prison. As you see saying get female features, why didn't you put him in the female side of the prison? He said you go put him for a special place. He didn't even say special place. He put him for a special place. Now, he says his reason is that there are a lot of homosexuals that will devour Bobrisky. So why did you put him in the female part where all of them get toto to toto? Since you don't already convert him saying be woman.
But here's the thing, Bobrisky didn't know that this guy recorded everything. But because Bobrisky, obviously I have the platform here, he understands how I roll. So he quickly did, but I said no, it has to go there. Now, I need to verify something about Femi Falana and the Falana chamber. Because apparently right now some people are taking advantage of what is going on to target Femi Falana. And I would like to see here now that I apologize to him for the dent on his name. But however, it's so sad that his name was inside that audio. I could not believe it as well. That was the part that even irritated me more. Which I said I refuse to believe that it will be part and party to something like that that will make people take somebody out of prison and to get a pardon. So here I have the recording. I have one part. I can't give you guys the whole part because I don't know if Bobrisky Godfather is here to collect everything. So I'll give you one part of it. Then maybe you will another time. I can give you the complete.
The bullet goes right back to you. I don't know VDM. I've never met him. I've never spoken to him. I go on his page. I comment when I feel like. It's a free world. I just know he's doing something no one has ever done. My own voice is never taken seriously. So it's like this young man has amplified my voice literally. To all these Nigerian lawyers writing all kinds of bullshit everywhere on the internet, we're reading it. Anyway, Effiong, you're saying that VDM, you're a human rights lawyer too. Effiong is saying that VDM should apologize to the Falanas. For what reason is that? You guys portray the Falanas as larger than life. They're nobodies. They're glorified thieves. They align with every administration. They eat from both sides. They'll represent a client and they'll be eating with the oppressor. They're nobodies. They can't face me. And you were talking about, oh yeah, the audio was this and that. Anyway, while you're criticizing the audio of Bobrisky and Falls, did you do the same with Emefiele and his cohorts? When Sowore leaked that audio in Sahara Reporters, what happened to him? Did they not arrest Sowore and keep it in prison and say it's because of revolution? Now, when we all know it was for the CBN audio, Emefiele was heard in that audio saying, where do we hide this money? How do we hide it? The 20 million oil money missing, dollars. Did you say anything? No, you didn't. So now you're talking, eh? All of you. And who is that Monsieur Avril or somebody? A lawyer that's saying that VDM slowed down the case of Mohbad by trolling a widow? Monsieur, whoever you are, face me, don't face VDM. On the 17th of September, I think it was the 16th, I, Kemi Olunloyo, now Kemi Lawrence, I was the one that started that whole thing. And VDM, like I said, amplifies my voice along with his own separate work and investigations. I started it, and that's the only time this young man has ever mentioned my name. On a video he did around the 18th of September 2023 to Karimo. If Kemi Olunloyo is lying about the paternity of your nephew, then sue her. We can pull these things out on the internet. So don't face him, face me. I'm the one that delayed that stuff, okay? I'm the one that's trolling the widow and the kid. The kid does not belong to Mohbad. I hope you have all seen Karimo's video now, talking about Wumi is now living with Bella Schmurda. They've been fucking each other for a long time. I've told you that months ago. You're just hearing it 2 days ago. I mean, let me say this to you, all you people. Okay? Falana orchestrated the whole thing. Falakemi, I'm coming for you today on that thing you did at the inquest, banning journalists outside. Your father's putting you on the forefront. An entertainment lawyer who tried to take down Marlian music, who went to TV and radio stations to take down the music. Falana, you guys are done. We're canceling you.
See, I just observe the whole saga, sis, and I can tell you for free. For you to see VDM support our get sense, now by 4 different connections. 4, at least 4. At least 90% of his followers are dumb. You know, let's not take away the fact that, you know, sometimes he gets it right, you know, at some points. We can't take that away from him. Before I continue, Minister of Interior, kudos to you. I heard, according to the people, you're doing a great job. But leave all this serene when they do around this saga, strictly politically inclined, strongly politically inclined, you know, and you have been campaigned for. That is fine. Back to the main issue. If Fowls Bossat just arrest this boy, that is oppression. If Fowls Bossat just file a lawsuit once, you know, the public can say that is oppression. You made a statement, which this is not the first time. Okay, listen. The people contributed money for Don Jazzy, for Bobrisky, Don Jazzy, Tiwa, Yemoli, those people you mentioned. When you were making that video, you didn't make that video to make it look like they are contributing money for this person because maybe they are sleeping with this person. You didn't make use of the word if, it may be because if you are contributing money for Bobrisky, that means you guys are sleeping with Bobrisky. You didn't make it sound that way, you know, so there was no defamation there. Now, Faz is saying, I'm not fighting with you. I don't have an issue with you playing the audio. You made a statement. You instigated a thought to the public that I'm gay. You have 24 hours to make that. You have 24 hours to make that correction. Very simple. So let's say you don't make that apology video since we strictly focus on this Bobrisky saga. But no, you know, because you are not doing it for justice, you are doing it because of personal beef. Because if you are doing it for justice, at the first time you had that video, even without the whole money case, you could have released the audio. But you are doing it for revenge, you know, because now you give Bobrisky 24 hours to make payment unless you will release something. Which means if Bobrisky had paid the money already, within the 24 hours you gave to him, you could have kept the video to yourself. So are you really fighting for justice? Or you are doing everything around your normal cloutina, you know? Or, because think about it now, if Bobrisky had paid, you for not release that video. Because you had the video since, you not release that. You just the shaky Bobrisky go pay, not pay. So it's like more of a personal beef, you know? And the mind games, which is the poor versus the rich, that you are always putting in the likes of the public, they will fall for it because we have more poor people in the country than the rich people. And you know what really affected you with this first issue? Whenever you have issue with someone, you must rub it on another person. You had issue with your love, you rubbed it on Sheyvudi. I'm not a follower of Sheyvudi. I don't even follow him on Instagram. But you rubbed it on Sheyvudi. Why? You know, you say you were in prison, they reached out to Sheyvudi. He said it didn't come true because, you know, the government, it was a federal case. As a wise businessman, normally, why will you get involved in a case that has to do with the government? If they start to file and with tax, if the government decide to scatter his building and say his business building is encroaching on government soil, you know, you won't be there for him. So as a wise businessman, what do? I can't get involved in this. I'm sorry. Understandable. You know, But at first, when he call you come office, you ran there humbly. Now, why I really dey sorry for this Minister of Interior? Because the same thing you do with Shevode, now you do with this person. Do you understand? And there's one card you usually play. Guys, let me tell you the card. So this is the card. You provoke these elderly people, and for the fact that they can't talk to you, they will now have to redirect the statement to your upbringing. You know, that's the card you usually play. So you provoke these people to have a conversation with you that will not lead to your upbringing. Then the next thing you say, then insult your mama. Do you understand? So me, I'm not really a fan of insulting people's mother. But these elderly people, when you always they attack, remember they are people's father, they are people's mother, you know. And I believe saying what you they expect that fouls to do, so that you can't get leverage to run on their parents like you usually do, or get leverage to start to insult them like you usually do, you know. But this is a trick for poor people, you know. Now why I say, look all the followers, just go through the comment section. Anybody where the supporter, open the profile, you will see what I'm talking about. Do you understand? So stop with the mind games. If you are really looking for justice, apologize to Fouls and continue with the Bobrisky case, which I don't believe you are looking for justice. You are looking for personal beef, and that is it. That's my take on the whole issue. You like it or not, it's not my fucking business. I wait till I want to talk again. Stop when I don't insult me, I never insult me before. If not to stress me, I pick my bag, I fly like one.
Fouls the bad guy. How come under 24 hours you were able to present defamation letter to Verydarkman, but you know if you use that same energy to present letter to that way call himself Bobrisky? Wait, shey you dey alright at all? If like say this power and then this lawyer wey na be dey shark na, omo una go write petition for me too. So you fit write petition for Verydarkman wey dey fight for over 200 million Nigerians, right? But you no fit write letter to accuse Bobrisky wey talk for voice note say na you call am. You cannot challenge that one wey dey spoil people life, but you get energy and agility to write letter for person wey want good for humanity. Fouls the bad guy. You are a stupid woman being. Na me talk am. My name is Siki. E no go better for you if you no write petition letter for me. Uma show for aye ni. Need that for ma. You dey craze. You are a stupid woman being. Useless person.
Welcome back. As you can see, divergent views. There are people who are of the opinion that Verydarkman is doing the right thing and he should be encouraged, whilst there are people who believe that Verydarkman is overstepping his boundary, and if care is not taken, if Verydarkman does not caution himself, certain people will press him, crush him, and put an end to his existence. Well, it's a journey. It's a journey. We are all called for one thing or the other. It's either you sit back and do nothing about your call, looking at the risk involved, or you, answering your call regardless, making sure that you fulfill destiny. It is important that you apply wisdom to whatever it is that you do in life. You cannot say because I am a carpenter, then you allow nails or you allow wood or allow any of these instrument or whatever it is that you require to probably make whatever furniture to injure you or to hurt you. You definitely want to put yourself in order. You want to make sure that you're able to get answers and results without being hurt. I believe that is the predominant, the important, the sensible thing to do. Now, people who go against government, people who against corruption, they know oftentimes that they need to secure themselves. That is the truth. Even Verydarkman said he had to relocate. He is no longer where he used to be. At times he said he has to be lodged somewhere. He said his life is not safe and he has been compromised here and there. Oftentimes he'll put out this. He knows that there are people who are against him. That tells us how terrible our society is. It has become so bad, so evil, that you cannot sit back and close your eyes. You have to always be on guard because we have vampires everywhere. Now, about this very dark black man Falano thing, you heard him. I don't know if the apology or the explanation surrounding the apology is what Femi Falano requested or wants or is going to accept. He said in 24 hours that they will be going to court. They might want to push this because it costs them nothing. This is what they do. It's what they do. So they might want to take very dark black man to court, or they will probably want to sit down or find a way to mediate. And I don't think they will want to be the first to mediate. It is either Adeyanju, who is also an activist, a lawyer, that is the legal representative of Verydarkman. He might want to proceed on this, depending on how he sees it. Everything is about gain and common sense. To him, he might feel like, you know what, we are not going to beg. Let him go ahead. We are not going to soften our whatever. But I'm kind of saying that it will go that route. Maybe the Adeyanju will go meet Femi Falana and have a meeting with him and Falz and say, look, he has done what he has done. He's sorry about it. And I want to be here first. So if all is fine and well and you guys agree, I'll bring him in to apologize. We take a picture for social media and we end it there. It could be. And Femi Falana might say, no, we cannot press, in that direction. We would rather want to go to court because we don't want people to kind of think that we are afraid, and that's why we are now begging very dark black man, being that he's someone who will speak and act in a certain way. We don't want the story to now change tomorrow, and then we want to revisit this matter. Unless very dark black man is going to make a video where he will be issuing a disclaimer. Is it that he records the video, post it on his social media handle, we see it, then we talk, we agree, and we take pictures for social media, and we raise it there and caution him to be careful. It could be a good thing. It could even strengthen very dark man sort of quest to get justice and all of that. It could, because the journey, as I'm looking at it, is still going to be rough. This is just a dropping of it. Addressing those that he addressed, speaking the way he spoke, that any of you, if I say anything secret about you, I will expose it. Yeah, it's good to be bold, it's good to speak, but you also need to consider the dangers that surrounds whatever you want to do. Meaning you don't want to be poofed before you achieve your goal and aim. And I'm sure that he knows about it too. He knows about it. So as you can see, Kemi Olunoyo linked everything to the Mohbad's case, because Falana is actually the lawyer who is protecting the interests of Wunmi legally and not that of Mohbad. And cutting off journalists is what Kemi Olunoyo is not happy with. A case as luminous or as a case that has trended this far, moved far and wide, like traveled this far, should have media coverage. That is how it's supposed to be. It should have media coverage, so there will not be any room for misinformation. But they said that the daughter of Femi Falana, who is an entertainment lawyer, had found a way here and there with his father, whatever, to make sure, particularly his father, to make sure that none of that is covered. And she alleged that she, that is the lady who came out to talk and say, oh, our father, we are going to take Verydarkman to court. She said that there is something that connects that to Malian record and all of that. I don't want to go deep into that part because it's not something that we need to discuss on this particular video. It's not something that we should be discussing or talk about, but it's just one of those things. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what you think about this update that has just dropped. It's a serious issue. I believe that Verydarkman will be smart enough to reposition himself, take care of himself, manage himself, and not allow himself to be poofed out. He should not be afraid, but he should be smart. If I say, go ahead, it's okay, it's okay, there is no problem, then we will be fooling ourselves that way. We'll be fooling ourselves that way. We cannot just tell someone to proceed, go ahead, when we know that there might be danger on or about that person. So it is important, very much important, that Verydarkman puts himself in order, meaning reposition yourself, know what and what can happen to you with these goons. Yes, with these goons, these disorderly people, these terrible people that we all are tired of. I don't know what your thoughts are as regards this one. It is becoming serious, more serious. Drop your comments, like and share. See you in the next update.